Okay, let's jump right in. I want to talk about something that might just blow your mind. What if the words you speak don't just describe your reality? What if they actually create it? So, really think about this for a second. Does the language you speak just put labels on things you already see? Or does it actually change how you see the world? I mean, really fundamentally change it. This is a question that's been bugging linguists and thinkers for a very long time. All right, to really get what I'm talking about, let's talk about cows. Yeah, cows. For you and me, a cow is pretty much just a cow, right? But check this out. For the Dinka people in Sudan, cows are everything. They are so central to their life that their language has over 400 different words for them. That's not just colors, we're talking about diseases, their social role, the whole shebang. And believe it or not, this isn't a one-off. You can travel halfway across the world to the Solomon Islands, and you'll find the same thing with coconuts. Coconuts are a huge deal there, so they've got 9 different words for them. So it really makes you wonder, right? Do all these extra words mean they're seeing a coconut, or a cow for that matter, in a way that's just completely different from how we see it? So, what this all points to is that language isn't just about talking to each other. It's about how we perceive the world. And trust me, the evidence for this goes way deeper than just having a lot of words for things. Okay, how about this? Think about how you give directions. You probably use words like left and right, which are all relative to where your body is, right? Well, the Gugu Yamithir speakers in Australia, they don't do that at all. They use cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, for everything. So you wouldn't say, oh, I've got a cut on my left leg. You'd say something like, I've got a cut on my south, southeast leg. Wild, isn't it? So what's the result of thinking like this all the time? Well, because their language forces them to always know exactly where they are, they develop this incredible, almost superhuman sense of direction. It's like their language literally wires a compass into their brain. Okay, so all of these examples, the cows, the coconuts, the built-in compass, they all point to one big idea. And this idea actually has a name. Back in the 1930s and 40s, a couple of linguists, Edward Sapir and Benjamin Lee Whorf, put it all together and gave it a formal name. And here it is, the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. The idea is pretty simple at its core. The language you speak doesn't just describe your world. It actively shapes it. It influences and maybe even determines how you see everything. It's like the operating system for your brain. All right, let's take this a step further. It's not just about having lots of words for things. What about the very rules of a language? You know, the grammar. For example, in a lot of languages, objects have a gender. A bridge can be masculine or feminine. Now, you might think that's just a random rule, but could it actually change how people think about a bridge? Well, a psychologist named Lera Boroditsky did this awesome study to find out. She took a group of German speakers and a group of Spanish speakers and just asked them to describe a bridge. Now, here's the kicker. In German, the word for bridge, die Brücke, is feminine. And what kind of words do they use? Beautiful, elegant. But in Spanish, the word for bridge, el puente, is masculine. Their words, strong, powerful. It's the exact same object, but the grammar of their language completely changed the way they saw it. Now, all of this sounds pretty convincing, right? It seems like an open and shut pace. But, and this is a big but, the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis is actually super controversial. Not everyone is on board with this idea. So the critics have a few main points. First, they say, look, it's a chicken and egg thing. The Dinka people need to talk about cows a lot, so they invent the words. The culture creates the language, not the other way around. But there's also a much more serious critique. Some worry that this theory could be twisted to say that people who speak certain languages are, well, less capable of certain thoughts. And that's a dangerous and, frankly, wrong idea. This is why, today, linguists make a really important distinction. There's what they call the strong version of the hypothesis. This is the idea that language literally traps your thoughts, that you can't think outside of it. Almost nobody believes that anymore. But then there's the weak version. This is the idea that language doesn't trap you, but it nudges you. It influences how you think and pay attention. And that idea? That still has a lot of supporters. Okay, so this is all really interesting academic stuff, but why does it matter to you? What are the real-world consequences of all this? Well, it gets really personal when you start thinking about people who speak more than one language. Get this. A study looked at over 1,000 bilingual people and found something absolutely fascinating. Over 2/3 of them said they feel like a totally different person when they switch languages. I mean, look at that. That's a huge majority. So why? Why would you feel like a different person? Well, think about it. A language isn't just a set of words. It comes with a whole set of cultural rules, different ways of being polite, different assumptions about the world. When you switch languages, you're not just changing words, you're changing your entire social mode. It's like you're loading up a different personality program. Now, let's zoom out for a second. Right now, on planet Earth, there are about 6,500 languages being spoken. Think about that. That's 6,500 unique ways of seeing the world, 6,500 different blueprints for reality. But here's the scary part, a truly urgent reality. Nearly half of all those languages are in danger of going extinct. We are living through a massive extinction event, but it's not for animals or plants, it's for human thought. And this is exactly why this whole debate matters so much. Because if we accept even the weak version that language just influences thought, then when a language dies, we're not just losing words, we're losing a whole perspective, a unique way of being human that was crafted over hundreds, even thousands of years. So the question I want to leave you with is this. When we let a language die, what world do we lose along with it? What ideas, what perspectives, what entire ways of seeing reality are we allowing to just disappear forever?